Hello girls, hello guys. Let's add some topics to our groups. In the last video we are about this with these accordions. Then I would like to have some topics inside each group. Then my first guess it's that I'm going to duplicate this for now, but I'm going to create a new folder here for my topics. Then I'm going to duplicate this file. I'm starting using the UI topics. Then, at least for now, all the time that we have a topic, we are going to have it inside groups. Then I'm going to assume that when I render topics, I receive a group ID. Okay, this is my group ID from the topics that I want to display in this session. Then I can also put this. I will use the same idea. Later you can see if you can refactor this somehow. Let me disable these notifications. Yep. Okay. Then like it will be a little bit of copy paste here, like just replacing it. I don't need this console anymore. Let's get these groups here. And I usually like to do this first as a copy paste, and then later I can understand this should be copy pasted or this should be a component. But the first time, I think it makes sense to copy paste because maybe they're going to be very different. Okay, maybe I don't want to have loading, but let's see what's going to happen. Okay, then I have my topic here. I'm going to use accordion. Later, of course, we need to change because we'll be a little bit messy. An accordion inside another accordion. But for now, I think it's going to do the work. Topic description. Okay. And then, of course, here we need to have like these topics. Maybe I'm going to call topics by group. Then I know for sure that I need a group ID, because if I don't have a group ID, it's not going to work. And then again, like I have my data folder here, and I will create my data folder here. I will also create my UI folder here. I will move this to my UI, so it's clear what's UI, what is data. Then I will keep following the same idea. Then I will call these topic methods. Okay. Then I can move my collection also to this place. Okay, then I have my topics here, then I have my topic methods, and then I'm going to copy paste this because I don't want to type again all this boilerplate. I can remove this line. I can change by topics collection, and then topics by group, and I can get my group ID here. You can see this is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Then we have our topics and we have our topics by group, but we are not rendering this anywhere. Then we need to add this maybe here. Let's see how it looks. Then I need to import it, and I need to provide my group ID. Okay. Let's save. I'm probably missing something, but it's not a problem. Let's refresh. Oh, it's loading, but maybe it's throwing some error somewhere. Let's try to analyze here. Error getting topics. Yeah, I think we have this log here somewhere. Error getting topics. Yeah, and let's see what's the error. Topics by group not found. Oh, okay, I know what I'm missing. Like I need to import this. Remember, here we have meteor methods, but this code is not going to run because we are inside the import folder, and we are also using modules here. Then Meteor is not going to eager import everything. Oh, here it was even wrong. Then I need to get my server file, and I also need to import my other methods. Topic methods, topic, data, topic. Okay, let's see. Now I will clear this, and my server side is restarting. I didn't rename this. That was why it was working. Do you remember in the first video, I was renaming these files, but I forgot this one. Now I'm not using JSX at all. Okay, then no topics yet. Okay, but it's working. It's not producing error anymore because I don't have topics yet. Okay, then let's go to our database, or you can go here, right? Because we have these load groups. Then we can just duplicate this and also create load topics, or should we do this here and then change this name? I think I'll do here. I will start with mobile because I have a video that I'm going to record pretty soon. Then I can maybe change this to load data. I will move this to here. I'm trying to not think about this project when I am not recording, because then you can see the decisions that I make, even my bad decisions, because we are doing this together. Then I'm just thinking about this when I'm coding, when I'm recording. I'm not thinking about this when I'm in the bed, for example. Then it's good because you can see that I can change my mind, I can do it again. It's not a problem, it's going to be fine. Let's just re-import this to have the proper path there. Oh, not this one. WebStorm was confused, but I want this one. Yeah, and I want this one. Then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get the group ID for mobile, or it's better mobile group ID, right? Group ID. And then I can insert my topic with my group ID first. The order is not important, but just easy for me to see. Then I'm going to record a video pretty soon about hot code push. But in this case, I need to have a different way to define this order here. I think I'm going to do like this topic, how many records I already have for this group ID, and then I can find it. Let me just reorganize this. Then I'm going to fetch node just to count +1. Then if I have 0, it will be the first one. Oh, I start with 0, the other one, right? Then why do I start with 0 here? Just to be a computer science guy. But here I will start with 1. That's not a problem because we are just going to sort. It's not important if you are starting with 0 or 1. Hot code push is something that we are going to explain later. And then I'm going to do the same for reloader. That is a patch, or let's call app updates. Okay, I think this is good enough, but that's not going to work because we need to remove, as I said in another video, and also because I need to add the order to my schema. I could have like a single place where I define that I have an order and then I can just spread this here, then I don't need to copy paste this. But I think that's too much because it's just 2 lines. Like later, if I create like a orderable composer that you can see, I can add composers here. Maybe it's a good idea, but for now, I don't think it's necessary. Okay, let me just get this and then get my local database here. This is not my local database. Let me disconnect. And then let's see, I have some topics here that I would like to remove because they are not what I want. And I have my groups, and I'm also going to remove my groups. Oh, sorry. Okay, then I have a clean database, then I can just start this again. And it's going to add these topics here, and you should be able to see our topics in the UI pretty soon. Usually when I have this code that runs on the startup, I like to add some logs. And then it's good to have some logs so you are aware of what's going on, because sometimes this code can start to be slow and you are running this every time, and that can be a problem affecting the performance of your restart. Then let's add some message here, load data, and then I'm going to load data not necessary, and then load data finish it. Also, I don't know if you know that, but that's useful when you want to see if something is taking a lot of time or not. I'm not going to keep this here, but you can add like this. And then you can also add like this and it's going to produce like how long in milliseconds it's taking. And we are going to see this in a moment. Oh, I need to also end this here because it's also finishing there. And you're going to see it takes like 6 milliseconds. Okay, load data not necessary, load data not necessary. Oh, this is still broken. Let me see. No, I already fixed it. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, we have groups and we have content. Let me refresh so you can see. Oh, sorry. So you can see the count here as well. Okay, great. So for our group ID FG, blah, 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 that's probably the mobile one, FG, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's the mobile one. We should have topics inside it. Then mobile, yeah, we do. Okay, but if you notice, and you can have a few logs here to understand what's going on, maybe you are getting this data before we really need this data and you don't want that. Let me add some logs here. I have a few key maps to add some logs easily, then I don't need to debug all the time in the debug mode. But let's collapse this and let's refresh. And can you see? We are calling these topics by group when you are rendering. And then like as we have a lot of groups already, we are calling, but we don't have any data. And the user is not clicking here. The user is not visualizing the data anyway. Then that's not a good code. Then I don't want to have that. Then what I need to do is that I just want to render this part when the accordion is expanded. But I don't know when the accordion is expanded. Let's see what the APIs say. Okay, expanded. Okay, this is a Boolean, but where I can have a value. Maybe I need to, if true, expand the accordion. Disable, default expanded. Okay, then default expanded. By default, it's false. Then it's okay. I don't need to change it. Then I want to have this expanded here. Okay, but this is for all my groups. So what I should do first, I believe, it's better to extract this as a new component, and you can use your ID to do this for you. And I will call this a group. Oh, I don't know why this div is weird. Sorry, let me do it again because it was a little bit weird. Like I want this, like I want to extract this function here. I think that was the issue the first time. Oh, it's not extracting. Why? Okay, this I want to be a component. Let me try again. Oh, global. Maybe I missed this. Oh, I don't know why it's not working as expected, but here it's okay. Then I can just change this to use a variable holding function, and then I can receive my group. I don't think I want my classes coming from the upper level, but for now it's okay. Then I can have my group here as well. Groups.map group. Then I can have my group component, and then I can provide this prop, group, and classes. Okay, then I need to have a key now at this level because it's always the first level. Then React knows how to update it. Then, okay, we have this group here, and we are working on to avoid this being loaded. Then now I can have my state here. That was why I extract this, because then it's easier to have a state just here and not in the, like as an array, like here it's easier to keep this state. And then by default, it's going to be false. And this is wrong. It should be set is expanded. Okay, now it's what we expected. Then we have this expanded here, and we have this on change. I think this is going to work as expected, right? Callback when fires, yeah, I think it's going to work. Then you can set is expanded to not expanded. Do you understand why I extract this? Otherwise, instead of just a Boolean, I would need to have an array or a map or whatever. And I don't need that because that can be a component. It's even better for me. Okay, let's see if this is working. I can just add another console log here to see if this is keeping the state as I wish. Okay, true, false, true, false. Okay, then with this in mind, because I already have this now, and it's false by default, I can do like this. And that's the beauty of React, like just a Boolean, just something like this, very simple, and you can skip a render. And then if I just clean this, and if I refresh, all of them are false, 11, and we don't have any group here. Let me clear this up, refresh, can you see? But now when I click in the mobile, it's going to get the data that I want. Then instead of 11 calls, I'm just doing one call when I need it. Then that's what I need, and that is what I want. And that's good, that's pretty good. Then I don't need to call the server many times. Let's just clean up a little bit this code. Let's remove this. We also add some logs to this. Then we can also remove this. I need to really fix my Rust configuration, so I don't need to clean this manually. It's going to allow me to just check the errors later. And that's it. Like, it's pretty fast. I'm not seeing the loading because it's pretty fast, because Meteor has the WebSocket already connected. It looks bad. I need to improve the layout here. But I think for now it's okay. Then we learn how to optimize lists with nested data. And just to wrap up this video, I think it's even better if you don't render anything, like even the description I don't want to have here. Then I know for sure that I'm not rendering anything here, because maybe later I can add more things and I will forget about this. Then I don't want to have this anyway. As I have multiple children, I am using a fragment. You can use like this or like this. It's exactly the same, doesn't matter. Okay, let's just test one more time and we are ready to commit these changes and go to the next video. Okay, these are empty, and this is working. Okay, pretty good. Let's commit this, listing the topics inside each group only when necessary. I think this is a good commit. Okay, as always, it's good to double check the files that you don't remember why you changed it, but I think it's good enough. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.